Well, what I was telling you has become a truth now. Yes, there have been speculation where we could say that Bangladesh was creating this anti-India agenda kind of a thing in Bangladesh, and also has been having help of other countries in Middle East. And specifically, if I tell you now, we have come across this one thing that they are also being helped by Pakistan as well. Today, we have come across this whole meeting which has happened between Shehbaz Sharif and Muhammad Yunus. What are they planning? Why are they strategizing so much? And specifically on this point of time, where already India and Bangladesh are going through a rough patch and a rough event. This has been something which is going on in people's mind over and over again. There was speculation that during the whole heated up situation and the whole matter which was being escalated between Bangladesh and India at that point of time, Muhammad Yunus, who is the chief of interim government in Bangladesh, was in a talking term with Pakistan. And now it has been proved they have signed a deal and also security ties with each other. Now, Bangladesh has equipped itself in a way where they have support of Pakistan. And if you have support with Pakistan, indirectly, your defense ties goes with Saudi Arabia as well and China for the new kind of technology and weapon as well. So basically, Bangladesh has equipped itself, and not just that. There's one mystery country which is not coming up in the entire matter at a foremost area, but they are behind the backs of Bangladesh, but has been monitoring everything. Any guesses, guys? Who it could be? Who it can be? Who has always had a problem with India rising, who has always had a problem and has always been claimed of a situation where they have devastated so many countries in Southeast Asia and thus created many enemies for India out there. Any guesses? None other than the United States. I'll tell you why and how. Muhammad Yunus, after the whole reservation and political instability in Bangladesh, becomes the chief of the interim government, which is the only ruling party, or should I say, which is the only body which is governing the whole country. And Mohammed Yunus has been a Nobel laureate. Okay, this man has been in so good terms with the Western organization out there. And recently, out of nowhere, they created the whole India, or should I say, anti-India stand, and where they have staged so many allegations on India, which was later proved to be a Muhammad Yunus plan by his own country's people, coming up and saying it was Muhammad Yunus plans, and no of the Indians were actually, really into this entire thing, involved into the entire matter. So he was doing all of it just so that he can derail the election, but thus, he couldn't do it for more longer time, so he came up with this whole controversy. Now, since the time Bangladesh has got to know that it was Muhammad Yunus' plan and nothing where India was involved in the whole matter, now Muhammad Yunus is on a stance that what could be the next topic where we can still derail the election, and on the other hand, let the Bangladesh go in vain, and thus these people and these Western organizations still has power and access in these countries which are neighboring to India. So he came up with this Pakistan and their whole ties. Do you think that Pakistan ties has been a thing where US does not know about it? Well, in the Southeast Asia right now, US is having good relations, and should I say a friendly and a better bond is just Pakistan. They have been doing so many deals together. Pakistan has started its cryptocurrency era and AI era with the help of US, and Donald Trump's own home baked company is helping to establish the entire cryptocurrency and AI thing in the whole country of Pakistan. Yes, it's just his own company who's doing that. On the other hand, US is also taking rare earth material from Pakistan. Where which Asim Munir and Shehbaz Sharif has been very much filled with gratitude and so much respect for US and Donald Trump right now. So both of the countries who has good relations with US have been into the entire dire to come against India right now. You need to understand this whole thing. People have been ganging against India, and this is something which is not seen as vital and widespread and dangerous right now, but it would be seen later. because both of the countries, Bangladesh and Pakistan, have made ties and they both have good relations with China and US. Now that I tell you that India is becoming a power and power has consequences, and that is what India is going to pay later. Although external ministries are taking care of all these matters, but we have to be careful enough because India's good vision, India's brightened future, and India's FTA, which was recently signed by one of the richest country in Europe, which was New Zealand, and all of these things have been creating an animosity. Yes, Donald Trump is so jealous out of it because Donald Trump wanted since so long to degrade India just because they were in support of Russia and buying oil from Russia, and that has been a point where all of these countries were in um, animosity and jealousy situation. And that is why they have ganged up everything against India right now. But India is strong enough to handle all of this because Donald Trump has, beforehand also came up with this whole thing where they pointed out India in a manner and targeted India by keeping a 50% tariff. But India did not bow down. So Donald Trump understood this one thing: if we want to degrade India, they have to only come up and do it through war and something like that, and directly trade and everything won't work on PM Narendra Modi. That's why all of them made a strategy and a plan so smart enough and came against India. But India will hit back to it in a very decent manner and nicer manner. And there's also a point where which I'm going to tell you. Donald Trump wants a war between, through my reading and opinion, I would tell you, Donald Trump feels like wants a war between India and Bangladesh so that they can also solve this war because obviously India wins all the wars like we did in Operation Sindoor and do a negotiation and peace talk. It does not carry out in a manner like you see Israel and Gaza, then Ukraine and Russia. But they have a certain point of time. They have target and missions where terrorists are there, and they just have a war and then they just end it. But US President Donald Trump has made a series where he's ending all the major wars in India, and he also warned the another war between India and Bangladesh should end, and the credit should be given to Donald Trump only. And that is why all of this has been happening. That's all for today. If you like such geopolitical scoop whoop, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe Global Shark. And this was Shivi Chitranshi signing off.